Welcome back for part 2 of the PyInstaller package build. We also must defeat Microsoft Defender in this lesson. I've been struggling with it, but I believe I've finally figured it out here. And it's really not that difficult, it's just weird. And it's random. So anyway, let me get started here. Here's how you defeat it, Microsoft Defender, when compiling, or not compiling, but building with the -W option to run in the background with no console window. First thing you have to do is delete your dist folder, your build folder. Get rid of those, get rid of your spec file. We're going to start clean. Go into your PyCharm, go into packages, make sure you're on PyInstaller. Come over here with the 3 dots, delete it. Also delete the hooks-contrib. So highlight it. It installs with PyInstaller, so delete that. They should be gone. They're gone. Okay, so we're going to start fresh. Now, let's pull up the documentation. Everything's deleted. In here, there's a link right at the top of this building the bootloader. There's a link, GitHub repository. We're going to go there, pull down the zip, or you can do a git clone, but I usually just pull down the zip file. I've already done it, but that's where you would download it. Then go out to wherever you downloaded that. In my case, it's in my C temp. So once you extract it, once you extract the zip, you're going to have a folder like this, pyinstaller-develop. I'm going to go to a shell and go into that folder. So I'm in temp, pyinstaller-develop, and I'm all the way down into bootloader. That's where we're going to run this command here. Where'd it go? I'm in the wrong doc. This one. Need to go back. Right here, this command. Python-/WAF --all. That will build out the bootloader executables. It'll be a custom build. But you have to have Visual Studio installed or this is not going to work. So right here. All right, it's finished on my machine. So in bootloader, another directory, I'm in PyInstaller develop. I'm going to go down into that bootloader folder. Then into build. Then you can go into release, release W, debug, and debug W. All 4 of the bootloaders I'm going to copy out. Really, all we need is the W for the window, that -W option. But I copy them all just to be safe. So what you'll do, you'll come in here and copy that one. You know, copy. You're going to do the same for all of these. The executables. Get them all out of there. I've already done it, so I'm not going to take the time to do it now. But then you're going to go back over to your PyCharm and reinstall PyInstaller. So let's do that. PyInstaller install 6.4. So it's going to be a clean install at this point. So that should be good. That should be installed now. So now I'm going to go down into my folder, which, let me pull that up, .venv, lib, site packages, PyInstaller, bootloader, Windows 64-bit. So here's, what is that, 259, 264, I want to see. Yeah, See, here's my custom ones. This is where I copied those when I told you to copy them out. You're going to go into your actual project and down into .virtual environment, lib, site packages, PyInstaller, bootloader, Windows 64-bit Intel, and create a custom built subfolder. Then copy all those executables in there, your custom ones. Also create an original folder if you want to keep the original ones. And copy the ones that's up at this level into the original folder. Like that. So I'm going to get rid of these. They're deleted because I have the original saved. And I have my custom build saved. I'm going to copy the custom build out. Control-C. Paste them right here. So now we're not using the pre-built binaries that PyInstaller installed. We're going to use the ones that we just custom built using Visual Studio and the command line option out there. The Python command that I ran. So we're going to try to compile, keep saying compiling, build our Python module now into an executable using the custom bootloader. So we come over up here, slide over horizontally, tools, external tools, data grab background, build it. Okay, it finished building, no errors. That's a good sign at least. I'm going to minimize this. Come back up to my data grab project folder level. Go into dist. Go ahead and copy it. Cross your fingers. Now come over to ctemp. Not that, that's not ctemp. Looks like yeah, right here. I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. I'm going to paste this new one down. And so far, so good. Defender is quiet. And I don't have this folder excluded. This folder Defender looks at. So let's try to run it. Let me check temp first to make sure it's empty. Good, it's empty. Okay. Let me pull over my command shell here. We'll just hop up to temp. Here goes nothing. Data grab. And it's running. Notice it's running in the background. If you do a task list, you'll see data grab. There's two. There's always two since it's an executable. And it's really running the Python code underneath. It's got two process IDs. So now, if we go look at temp, here's all the files. Type some keys, instantly creates that keys log. We have our screenshots. Everything's working great. The only problem is we can't stop it, right? Because this would really be running on a target system. We would trick the user into running our executable. And it's just going to be gone. Now, hopefully we wouldn't be running screenshots and get clipboard every 3 seconds or 5 seconds, whatever I'm doing here. But what we need to do is go kill this thing. So what you can do there, if you have access to their system, you can do a task list, grep it or pipe it into a find string and data grab. That'll get the two process IDs. You can run a task kill /force /pid 22296 up arrow 16668. I guess when I killed this one, it killed them both. Double check. Yep. So we're good. So now I can go into temp here and clean it up. I don't really want to care about keeping all this. And I want to show you, since we didn't cleanly exit the program, notice what's left out here. So the incident responders, forensic analyst, if they had a signature detection of our activity, or if there was an incident reported, they could actually see this data. They could come in here and try to figure out what our program does. They could read the code eventually, once they figured out how to do that, the bytecode. So that would be bad news. That's one thing. If you have access to the system and it ran in the background, you want to make sure you come in here and do an rmdir/s on this folder, because we'd be here only via command line. Guess I can do it for you here. So cd to users, my ID, app data, local temp, do an rmdir/s underbar m ei like that. That removes everything recursively. So we're good there. So we figured this out. We've done the test of both the foreground and the background. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to show you. I don't believe there is. And like I said, I will put my custom compiled binaries out there in Udemy for this lesson, for this particular lesson. You'll see them out there for those of you that don't have Visual Studio installed and can't figure out how to get past antivirus. And that is it for this lesson. I believe next lesson we'll take a brief look at Linux to show you this tool is truly cross-platform, and then I will close out the course for you. See you then.